So, welcome back to Improving New Mexico. I'm doing episode 2 today, and our topic is going to be road rage. Something that somebody's like, I think pretty much everybody has witnessed in their life, probably at least. Maybe been at the receiving end, and maybe felt that anger boil up in them, but not take any sort of crazy action like the individuals we're going to watch here in some of these videos. But yeah, it's just I think about this and it's just kind of scary. Like this could happen to any of us at any time on the road. And I don't know, it's like I travel a lot. I came back from a big journey a couple weeks ago. Traveled for like 100 days. I didn't drive any vehicles. I think the entire time I was in a cab maybe like 3 times for like 100 and some odd days. So no, 4 times to be exact. 4 times I was in a cab. And I mean, it's just something I guess like you can kind of tune out when you're not driving or on the highway. So like using public transit kind of cuts that down a lot, where it's there's nothing you can do about it once you're on the tram or like the bus or in the subway or whatever. You're just kind of, the journey takes as long as it takes. But I feel like maybe the road, when you're on the highway, you feel like you have more control than you really do. You're really at the mercy of whatever the traffic conditions are at the time. There could be a whole multitude of things slowing things down, and there's people driving dangerously, people cutting people off, people that are misperceiving maybe like your own driving behavior for you being aggressive possibly, and that raises them to be aggressive because maybe they're naturally aggressive and they see the world in that prism where it's like, it's constantly battling. And yeah, so it's just kind of crazy to think about the other people that are on the highway, and they have not only the death machine that they're driving, but they possibly have like a firearm, a knife, or even it's just scary even if it comes down to getting your fist. Like you don't want to be like having to deal with that, even if it's just people. It's like, oh yeah, people are cowards nowadays because they just pull a gun out, etc. But it's like we shouldn't be beating each other up over whether you're going to be slightly late to an event or something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, maybe like dangerous driving, I guess you could be upset with that. Somebody like trying to run you off the road type of situation. I ride a motorcycle like a lot, like probably between 50 and 90% of the time. I haven't had a car in a while. It's been over a year since I owned a car, and so I've been using my motorcycle everywhere, and at least twice a year I get run off the road. But I'm like, even in that situation, I don't want to like kill anybody for it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy to think about. And I guess this topic came to mind. It was like one of the topics I had listed to discuss in the coming month, really. I guess I'm going to try to put out a video a day since I'm going to be here. So I saw this video on the news where they were talking about them making an arrest after the fact. These people had gone altercation near Old Town, and they actually found the culprit. So I could play this video for us here.
Are in custody tonight for a road rage shooting in the Borellis neighborhood last weekend. Albuquerque police say 59-year-old David Whiting and his wife were driving home from a gathering in Old Town last Sunday when a car tailgated him, sped past him, and brake checked him. Both vehicles eventually stopped at a stop sign at 8th and Marquez when Whiting approached the other vehicle and exchanged words with that driver. Whiting's wife told police that gunshots rang out and Whiting fell to the ground. Investigators linked that car to 23-year-old Sebastian Soto and two 17-year-olds.
Oh God, I don't even know. It's like the guy. It's like, what do you do? If these people if they have a weapon, they could just shoot you whether you get in or out of the car at all. And this person was gunned down, and who knows how old the perp was, but they were with like people that were younger. Like, how old did they say this guy was? He mentioned they're 17,
Soto
23-year-olds. So 23-year-old is with teenagers essentially. Oh my God, it's just awful. That's gonna stay with them for the rest of their lives, you know?
And two 17-year-olds, Santiago Soto and Alejandro Marquez Sotelo. Police say Santiago Soto admitted to shooting Whiting. All three are now charged.
Yeah, it's just awful, you know? Like, what do you do in that situation? Just, I guess the best thing is to, like, not get out of the car and try to escape. You know, I don't know. Then they could chase you in their vehicle and still shoot at you. So, and I mean, that brings me to this. I was like watching this other video. It's like, yeah, this person didn't even know what's happening. So look at this individual here.
His car was riddled with bullet holes after an apparent road rage shooting, and it was all caught on his personal dash cam.
It's the middle of the afternoon on April 4th at a busy Albuquerque intersection, when the driver of a blue Nissan Altima rolls down his window and fires shots at another car.
I mean, you guys shot at?
Yeah, 3 shots, man.
Albuquerque police catch up with the victim, who tells the officer he was driving on Coors, planning on making a right turn onto Central.
On Coors, I tried to get over to Central.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, this person's probably making a driving error. It doesn't seem like they're going at high speed anyways. It's like, they have a little bit of forgiveness of people when they're driving poorly, because it's just like, that's just the city we live in, you know? I don't know how people are getting their licenses these days, whether they have to take like driving school or what's going on. Like, I think we really need to make it a lot more difficult just to get a license and maintain a license. People need to definitely, maybe if you get it when you're young, you have to do it like every 5 years, do a retest every 5 years until you're like 30 or something like that. So before you turn 30, you at least do it like twice, you know? And then after that, maybe like every 10 years you have to retest, because there's a lot of people that maybe passed their test when they were like, what, like 16 or something like that. And that was like 20, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, with these kids, who knows? I don't know. These young people, I don't know what the driving school's like. I'm kind of curious to what they actually teach them anymore.
And the guy got pissed at me?
The driver's dashcam video shows him start to get into the turning lane, then swerve back to the left as the Altima comes into view, slows down, and the driver fires 3 shots out of the window.
1, 2, and then there's one down here.
The victim told police he didn't know his car had been hit until he pulled over and realized his radiator was leaking.
I thought he was kidding around. I was like ducking, and I'm like, I didn't hear anything. And then I pull over here, and I had my dog in there too.
Albuquerque police later traced the Nissan's license plate and learned that the man driving it was 22-year-old Antonio Davis, driving with his girlfriend, who told police they were on their way to dinner and that the other driver was the aggressor. But after police saw the dash cam...
Oh, wow. That's like, what a date, honestly. What can I say? You go on like a date with a guy and he pulls a weapon out and shoots another guy in traffic because you got cut off or something. I'd just be like, can you drop me off, please? Like, that would just be so crazy to, like, this city sometimes like boggles my mind. I think this is from like a couple of years ago, but still, it's like, what the heck? I mean, obviously, like, this other story was just from like a couple weeks ago, so a few days ago, and so this could happen to anybody, you know? It's just crazy. I mean, what would you do if you were on a date and a guy did that with you, you know? It's like, oof. It's just kind of, I don't know, it scares me a bit, you know? And even like celebrities getting on the action. So this one is John Bones Jones. So this is like one of the MMA guys here in town. Fights at I think he trains at like the Jackson or whatever, that gym downtown. I don't keep up with the MMA stuff. I don't really care for it, so sorry. But let's see what's going on here.
What, bro? Trying to get into? You're almost fucking hitting me, bro.
gotta calm down, bro.
Yeah, bro, you
Yeah, I don't know about that whole situation. Why? Just, just separate. Honestly, if this happens to you, just like don't, don't confront people. Honestly, it's just gonna get you killed. I don't know. It's just not worth the risk. Honestly, at this point, I'm like, I don't even want to drive on these streets anymore. Oh, this is like from somebody posted this 3 months ago. I don't know exactly when it happened. So, yeah, it's just from like 4 years ago. Yeah, people are scared to live here, you know? Oh my god. It's just our driving is so bad here. Pedestrian. I mean, it's not just the driver. I mean, it's like driver and pedestrian. I was in the process of running the red light. Yeah, I don't know. Red light running. Angry people. I mean, the anger is also directed at pedestrians and cyclists as well. So it's not just. Oh God. There's another one. I don't know. Just awful. Oh yeah, this guy's pretty good. Johnny America. I think he's kind of talking about the recent incident. I was
used in this incident. Now let's get into this story. So the police have identified the victim as 59-year-old David Whiting. So David was driving home with his wife after a lowrider gathering that happened in Old Town when a red Chrysler began to tailgate them. According to the wife, the car allegedly pulled alongside them, cut them off, and began to brake check.
okay. So this is the same story. So yeah, he has a ton of stories about all these things. You know. Here's another one. I think this might have been.
Okay, New Mexico. This video of some road rage in Albuquerque is currently going viral, and we got to talk about it. So these two dudes are clearly having a disagreement over something that happened on the road. But this guy spits on him. That other dude has a freaking tomahawk. Ooh, I thought he was going to hit him. He actually hits the tail light, gives him a pump fake. This is one of the most insane videos that could have went super bad, super fast.
Honestly, just straight up don't engage. Like that's all I say. It's like don't get out of your vehicle. I mean, luckily that guy didn't get hit with the tomahawk or whatever he was holding, a hammer, tomahawk, some sort of device or tool. That could have went like south really fast. And yeah, I don't know. Just try to get the license plate of the person and do a police report. That's all I have to recommend. You know, if somebody does that to you, tries to attack you, just get their license plate. Kind of take note of where you're at, time and everything like that, as much details as possible, and just go make a police report as soon as you can, and that's it. And that's all you can do, you know, like, or I mean, you could try calling 911, but they'll probably be gone by then. I don't know what the right answer is, honestly. And like, what should a punishment be for people who do like road rage? I mean, they should definitely have to take like some sort of extra classes for sure and go do some anger management classes. If they're doing like crazy driving, they should have to retest. I think there needs to be a lot more retesting of driving in this city. The whole state. Honestly, it's like I feel like we have a lot of people who don't know how to drive, and that should be part of it. They should have to pay for it too. Pay for like a retest to get your license back, you know, because you're going to be doing crazy stuff, and that should just go for everything, honestly. Like once you hit a certain amount of speeding tickets, retest. As soon as you hit a certain amount of, I mean, road rage should be like instant retest, honestly. Like, I don't know, there should be a lot more. If you don't have insurance, retest. If you don't have basic things to operate your motor vehicle, retest. You just see a lot of crazy stuff here, you know. It's really disturbing. All right, so let's look at what some of the numbers are actually here. So I got this report. This is like from Everytown. So Everytown's about like gun safety. I guess it leans more like progressive left. They want to do gun control type stuff, you know. Which is sometimes I'm like, maybe we need that. I don't know, you know. I'll disclose that I've fired firearms. I've owned firearms. I won't disclose whether I own firearms now or not, but yeah, it's just we do have the Second Amendment in America, but I don't think that means you should have unlimited access to weapons 24/7 of any type and size, you know. There definitely needs to be some sort of regulation in that. But here it's just kind of free for all, you know. So it says here, Everytown for Gun Safety Support Fund found that number of road rage shooting remains much higher than pre-pandemic rates. New Mexico leads the country in the rate of people wounded and killed by a gun in a road rage incident. Everytown's analysis, which draws on data from Gun Violence Archive, shows that in 2023, 4 people were shot and killed. 7 were shot and wounded, with a rate of 6.16 per 1 million people shot. Nationally, 483 people were shot in road rage incidents, resulting in 118 deaths and 365 injuries. So, even though the numbers sound relatively small, New Mexico has like a fairly small population, so the numbers basically make us look a lot more dangerous per capita compared to a lot of the rest of the state. So it's just crazy to think about, because I'm like, I feel like people were angry and speeding, but I feel like there's nothing that's that important to be having to speed for, you know. Especially nowadays, because it's like, if you're going to be late, you could like call your boss and let them know you're going to be late, you know, ahead of time. It's just like, I just don't get it. You're going to put yourself and everybody else in danger to speed and do this stuff. And the other guy that was like getting in road rage stuff, he's just going on a date. Like, you're literally in zero hurry. I guess maybe if you have a reservation, but I don't know but even then, like, I don't think they're going to care if you're like 10, 15 minutes late to a reservation for a restaurant. Unless you're already running late already. I don't know. You know, it's just like, what's going on here? Why are people so upset, so angry about everything, you know? It's like, maybe it's like kind of like a circle. People drive bad, that makes people angry. And then they drive bad because they're angry and they're late. And it's just like this like vicious circle that gets like fed constantly. It's like constantly just getting like thrown more. It's like bad driving, angry, lateness. I don't know. Or some people just speed. Like, seriously, there's people out there, they don't even pay attention. They're just like, they just drive incredibly fast everywhere. And honestly, like, I really challenge people. It's like, just drive the speed limit someday. Just do your best. Drive the speed limit. See how much the time difference is between how you usually drive if you normally speed everywhere, and just going the speed limit, and see if it's like a big difference. Probably more than likely it's less than a 5-minute difference in your life, you know, and you'll probably be more like calm at the end, you know, at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about getting tickets, especially now with all the cameras, but I guess you don't have to pay the tickets according to the report from yesterday. So I don't know. That's problematic on its own too. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a strange problem to think about. But I think their answer is basically to eliminate weapons and stuff like that. But I was talking about like shooting. It does make things a lot easier, I guess. Like the guy that fired from his car into the other car, that probably couldn't have happened if he didn't have a pistol, you know? I don't know. So I guess like having some sort of regulations for owning a weapon like that would have like actually saved that individual in that case, I guess. But I mean, the other guy had like a tomahawk too, so, but I could see the whole point of like regulating like pistols for sure, because it's just easy access to having that like really compact weapon that could cause a lot of damage to people, you know. So especially to shoot, because it's easy. They could just have the weapon like right, easy access, where they could just pull it out and bang, 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 you know. So maybe that's another thing we need to like. We need to regulate more as like pistols and stuff like that. Maybe people need to have like a special license to own a pistol as well. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, if people have good ideas to solve the road rage situation in New Mexico, you would think too, since we like legalized like cannabis, you know, people would be more chill. You know, have like a calming effect on people. And now people are as angry as ever. It seems like, I don't know. That's just, you think there'd be like a positive correlation with people being able to drive chill and drive slower too, right? Since there's more people are taking cannabis, but it seems like the opposite. It's kind of weird to think about. That's a fun tangent to go on. But what do you think? Like, how could we solve the problem of road rage? It's just, what would make it better, you know? I guess less people on the road, less weapons. That'd help. You know, taking the bus, public transit's always good. Can't get angry on public transit because the bus driver's driving. Well, yeah, I guess people do get angry on public transit too, but at least they don't have another vehicle or weapon to like hurt somebody else, I suppose. But what's up with the anger? Why are people so angry in our city? You know, that's like a big thing too. Think about. I don't know. I wish I had the answer to this, because that seems like a bigger problem than anything, you know. But when you're in the situation, I guess just don't provoke the other person and try to be the bigger person and like walk away, I guess, you know. It's just scary to think about. But yeah, try to be calm and do the right thing. I don't know. Just don't be angry. Don't be angry, people. Drive less. That's my thing. Try to convince people to drive less. The less people on the road, the less traffic, the less likely people are to be angry. Also, I don't know, I think having more traffic enforcement too would help. I think just people noticing stuff like that. But what's the answer to this, you know? I feel like having physical cops actually like maintain traffic is kind of fallen by the wayside a bit, you know. I think when I was younger, I used to speed. I guess I didn't realize like how bad it was, how dangerous it was, you know. Maybe not on the surface streets as much, but like it's just something you have to take notice of. But yeah, the road rage stuff, it's like, I don't know. I guess like it's easy to get angry when people accidentally almost hit you and stuff like that. The other day I was on the road, I was walking across the street and some guy like nearly hit me in a truck. And yeah, they were like way far away, and I felt like the need to give them the bird, you know. But they couldn't see me anyways. It was like too far. I was just like, ah. But yeah, maybe I'm part of the problem, but I'll try to be part of the solution just by talking about it. I don't know. We definitely need to talk about this more and actually like think about different ways of dealing with it, you know. Maybe, yeah, the whole gun control thing is maybe like one of the problems. But yeah, this is 2023. We're like number 1, you know. And this one is, I'm trying to think, let's see. This is from 2 years ago. Yeah, this is 3 years ago. What's this on Consumer Affairs? Let's see what it says about us. It says Arkansas #1, New Mexico maintains #2 spot for road rage. And it's because of guns. Arkansas says about New Mexico. New Mexico ranks second worst for road rage with the aggregate score. New Mexico road rage score is primarily driven. Yeah. These are the key stats. Traffic incidents involving gun violence. Careless driving, speeding, 0.66 per 100,000 people. Fatal accidents involving aggressive, careless driving. That's a lot. Counted for 37 fatal crashes, the 6th highest. Involving aggressive or careless driving, 7.37 per 1,000 people. Oh my god, yeah. Careless driving. Maybe that's like a big thing. That's another topic when you talk about later. Is people who drive recklessly, or they drive without paying attention. They're on their phones. They're distracted. They're worried about something else than the driving right in front of them. But yeah, it's like, maybe I'll talk about ideas. I mean, like, what maybe there are. Let's see what it says if I should just do this. Let's see what Google thinks. How to reduce road rage. We'll see what. How to reduce road rage. Let's see what it says. Plan ahead. Avoid driving while upset. Practice safe habits. Limit horn use and be patient with other drivers. It's from Allstate. Oh wow. Headspace. Traffic frustrated me to no end. I want like a listicle or something. I guess Reddit's always easy. It's got free stuff. So this is like within the past year. I'm 18. I've only been driving about 2.5 years, but a short period of time, my road rage has gone completely out of hand. Trying to accept that and find a solution. I've thrown drinks at people, cars, tried running people off the highway. I consistently tailgate, honk for extended periods of time. Jeez, this guy should not be on the road. Seriously, like, take this guy's license. He's 18. Why is he so angry? Ugh. My biggest triggers are people who hog the left lanes on the highways. Yeah, that kind of annoys me too, because it kind of defeats the purpose of a freeway. It's not exactly free whenever you're like lollygagging in the fast lane. So I can understand that one. It bothers me. That's what I'm saying. Like here in Albuquerque, people talk about building like better, like wider roads. I'm like, it doesn't matter because people drive slow in the fast lane. So how often have you been in that situation where the fast lane, like the 2 fast lanes are blocked by people driving slow, so you're just kind of like stuck going at whatever pace they're going, you know? All right, let's see what else it says. But I feel like I'm a target for every senseless driver. Yeah, it's like having that first person sort of main character syndrome is what they call it nowadays, I guess. So I am a target for every senseless driver. You know, you're just another person on the road. Just everyone's going through the same sort of stuff. Everyone's trying to get home from work. If you're there on rush hour, if you're in traffic, they're probably trying to do the same thing as you. I mean, you'll get to your Netflix when you get to your Netflix, right? Or you'll feed your kids when you get there, you know? Just hopefully you get them to practice on time. Sorry, I'm adding more stress if you're a parent. It's like, you got to take your kids to practice now. They're going to be late. You're going to be late. That's the good thing about being child-free, right? My biggest triggers are people who hog the left. Okay, I already talked about this. I'm not road raging. I call myself a great driver. I only go it only goes 5 over the limit. Oof, man. 5 over. The other guy was saying 8 over. He would get alerted for 8 over the limit. So this guy's he's a saint right here. 5 over the limit. I use my signals. I let people go in front of me occasionally, etc. But once 2-3 instances of inconsiderate actions from others happen on the road, I completely lose it. I hulk out and go rah. I know for my safety and for others that this needs to stop immediately. I just don't know how to go about it. Any suggestions? I want to hear how people roast them. Honestly, it sounds like this symptom English in general. Maybe I'll seek out support groups and maybe even counseling. Oh wow, it's like actually listening to people. It sounds like anger is really controlling you on the road. And if therapy is the best way to stop it, I recommend driving as little as possible to get this situation handled. Dude, you need therapy, and I mean that nicely. Can't have these types of reactions. New driver. It's like you've only been driving 2 years. So I'm saying, imagine there's people that have been doing this since they were like 16, 18, and they think it's normal, you know? You see like older people that have been driving for decades and they're like still act like this, you know? That's the scary part. Yeah, I mean, at least people are telling them, you know? It's like, go to therapy, get your rage under control, you know? So there's some of the solutions, I guess. If you know you're a road rager, go to therapy and like figure out a ways to placate that instinct to rage out whenever something triggers you when you're driving, you know? You just got to be kind of like zen about it, you know? And just like sometimes stuff happens on the road. There's accidents all the time. If you're going to be late, or if you're running late, just treat it like something that is uncontrollable. Like, say, like, even if it's your fault, that's the way I think about it. It's like, if it's my fault, I'm running late, I'm just going to think about it in my own head, like there was an accident on the road or something, or there's like a act of God, but it's on me, you know? Ultimately, if I'm late, I have to explain that to my boss. I'm late, I'm sorry. Luckily, in my last job, I was able to deal with that easier. They had a better system for dealing with tardiness and stuff, but I mean, especially if there's traffic, like if it's really bad traffic, there's accident on the road, if your boss will understand that. If you're just running late, you can to tell them that too anyways, and just kind of get yourself straight and try to make sure you schedule enough time to get yourself on time to work, you know? That's the big thing. To work, to school, to whatever you're doing, you know? Figure out, even like honestly I tell people, I'm going to do this challenge. It's like, just look on Google and route yourself to work and see how long it's going to take you, like normally, you know what I mean? And give yourself a buffer of like 10, 15 minutes. Maybe leave 10 minutes early to know that, make sure you're going to get there on time. So, yeah, think about it. Just plan better. That's all you can do. Plan better. If you know you're a rager, maybe seek out some therapy. And also, too, I was like, if you know you're a rager, don't have a weapon or firearms on you, you know what I mean? Or even people in your life that you travel with, like that are angry. Maybe sometimes you have to like call them in, you know, to like tell them, it's like, hey, I get angry too, man. Like, I had to deal with it in this way, and kind of call them in, I guess. You could have call them in for a conversation, so like just calling them out, making them feel like a bad person. I mean, if you know that they have a weapon on them, like tell them, you're an angry person, don't take a weapon with you driving, because that just makes things worse. I don't know. But if you have people in your life that you know are road ragers, kind of try to help them out, I guess, you know, do what you can. Or if you're a road rager yourself, seek help like this person. At least, like, I give this individual credit because they put themselves out there to get roasted, and they actually sounded like they want to get help and fix themselves, and maybe they're at the age where this would actually help them out too, you know? So that's from just like personal accountability. As far as like a system-wide thing, I don't know. I think the situations, people definitely need to do time. If they commit a crime like that, especially if they commit murder, yeah, you're probably going to spend a good amount of your life behind bars now. So that's definitely not worth it. But yeah, I don't know, definitely try to fix yourself. And there are definitely, if people, maybe there needs to be some sort of education classes or therapy classes for people who get caught up in road rage and stuff like that. Maybe that needs to be a specific crime, has a specific punishment for people that either requires retraining for your license or you have to take therapy classes to deal with your road rage. That's the only thing I could really think of right now. You know, if people have other ideas as far as dealing with road rage on like a systematic level, like, yeah, I don't know. Feel free to comment, honestly. Like, I want to get more people commenting and, yeah, help me build this channel, really. Like, I want to make this like a channel where we talk about stuff here in New Mexico, where we kind of work on ideas to improve things, you know. This is a big topic. I'm not an expert on much of anything, honestly. So I'm always up to hearing what people have to think, and yeah, I really love having like a conversation and talking about how to make things better. I mean, it's easy to get really despondent here in New Mexico. I get like that sometimes. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave, you know. I'm done. I can't deal with any of this stuff. You just see it on a daily and you're just like, but you know, we love this place. It's where I was born. It's where I've spent a good most of my life here, and it's probably where I'm gonna die. I'll admit it. But while I'm here, I kind of want to make the place better than what it was when I got here. And right now, at this point in my life, I look around at a lot of things in our state, and it just makes me feel like things have definitely gotten worse since like my childhood. I grew up in the 90s, and I want to make sure that we could at least get things back to where we were back then, as far as like dealing with our major issues of, you know, like homelessness, people experiencing that. Yeah, like all the road issues we have, you know, all the crime issues we have, the drug issues we have. I mean, we've always had them. It's always been there, but now it just feels like it's overwhelming us. So, yeah, like if we can figure out ways to do this in a responsible, humane, and yeah, in a good manner, not just lay the hammer down on people, but try to like let people fix themselves first, and then figure out what we can do afterwards that'll actually like solve the problem, not just throw everybody in jail type of situation, you know. I don't know. I'm always rehabilitation, retraining, give people opportunity to do the right thing, you know, or learn. But well, if you listen to me this far, good on you, because I guess I could just like talk about stuff, you know. But I'm glad that I'm having the opportunity and the time right now to be able to create like this. So I hope you are able to tune in to my show on a regular. I'm going to try to put out as many of these videos as I can. I have a few dozen topics already queued up, like lined up, so I'm going to try to make a video a day for a while I can, while I got the time, while I got the resources. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to try to improve my setup. I'm using like an ancient laptop. These are ancient, so I ordered some new sound and video equipment. So hopefully that'll come in soon, and I'll improve the quality of the stuff to learn how to do this a little bit better. Honestly, this is my first time actually like kind of doing, it's not a stream, this is like a recording, but maybe I'll start doing like some live streams once I figure out how to do that. I've never done a live stream before, so. But yeah, New Mexico, right? Love the state. Just, we are facing a lot of problems right now, you know. And we're actually kind of in a good place as far as having resources in this country, you know. It's terrible that people are suffering from having to pay the high prices of fuel, but maybe we could use this time to kind of start weaning ourselves off of gasoline dependency and start building some like walkable neighborhoods, public transit, start getting at least here in the city, I think electric vehicles would make sense for commuting and for cabs. We're kind of like a big state, especially like in the colder areas. I don't know if electric vehicles work so well there, but between like Albuquerque between Albuquerque, I think this is like the perfect city to kind of do electric vehicles. So I don't know. That's another topic for another day. We'll talk about, you know, electric vehicles, solar panels, winds, all that good stuff later on. But yeah, electrical infrastructure is always interesting. Sorry, I'm like going on a crazy tangent, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. I could just keep talking forever, I guess. But yeah, so road rage, you know, come up with some ideas, put them in the chat, you know, talk about it some more later, maybe do a part 2 of this and see what we can do to improve the city and the state in the future, you know, so this stuff doesn't happen anymore, because it's just like every person that gets killed, this is like dumb. It's not even like there's like road accidents, and this is like actually like working to make, I don't know, it just like boggles my mind. It's like we're choosing to like be stupid purposely. So this is like one problem that's all in our head, and we need to fix that. So like the other stuff is like infrastructure problems, you know, like the speeding, speed cameras, all that. Those are infrastructure. A lot of it's like behavioral, but it's also infrastructure as well. So we need to fix the behavior, but we also need to fix the infrastructure. I think what we're looking at here is mostly like behavioral stuff. I don't know. And how do you put some stuff in the comments, you know, recommend something. I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to put a video out tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow. Thanks.